Hey, shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Rakatah. To all the Hakim, Yahweh Shema, Lathan Hashem, Yahweh Shah, to all the sisters. We at ISBK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it is not under Commanding General Yohana, I repeat, if it is not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. And that truth is that blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor, who the world knows the colonizer, some call him the pilgrim, you understand? He has many different names. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And like, listen, we have to understand some things, man, because like we titled this video is titled "Watch Your Mouth," man, and it's so important because we don't realize how many brothers and sisters have been taken away by senseless violence. We don't understand like the detriment to our communities just because people can't watch their mouth. Just because people want to run their mouth about things they have no idea of. They want to gossip, they want to spread rumors. Like, we become a culture. Like, that's part of our culture right now. Like, if you look at almost every TV show, especially dealing with our sisters, it has nothing to do with positivity. It has nothing to do with, uplifting our sisters, uplifting our brothers, and nothing like that. It's pure gossip. It's rumorville. Like, we just had the sister perform, at the black party, which was not the Passover. It was the black party. And people all in her DM, spreading rumors, gossiping about her. For what? So we're going to get into this today, man, because this is a very important topic, or it's a very important issue that we're facing in our community that we just don't know how to watch our mouth, man.
Right, yes, sir.
Good.
I work in the school system, and like 90% of my problems dealing with young, they're in middle school, young students is they said this, somebody said
Right.
this, somebody said that, and it's crazy because they like, yo, if somebody say anything about you, you gotta say something, but I'm like, it's just hearsay.
Right.
You don't even know if it's true.
Right. And what happens is you got lifelong beefs. You got lifelong beef between families that start and they continue to grow just because of hearsay, just because of a gossip, just because of a rumor. Like, and this is what we got to understand, man. Like, we are losing brothers to violence off of things that has not been confirmed. We got street gangs out here going to war, and the people that's at war don't even know why they at war. I heard this. Such and such told me this. Especially like if you like the brother just said, like we look at the school system, if you look at most of the fights don't start off of what really happened. You say, what happened? What made y'all start fighting? You think something happened in the class. Somebody told me that she put something online about me. She made this comment, and I know she was talking about me. Or he said this and he said that. Nothing's confirmed. So like we beefing and we losing our lives. We being unalived because of gossip and because of rumors. So we're going to get into this topic. What is gossip and what does the Lord say about gossip and running your mouth? You understand? If I could, let me get the definition of gossip, Baba Kasha.
Gossip, casual or unconstrained conversation or report about the other people, typically involving details.
Hold on one second. It said casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people. Do you know what that means? That means that you're running your mouth about somebody or about a situation and you have no discipline in your tongue. It's unconstrained conversation. And this is based off of reports. This ain't based off of something that you actually witnessed. This ain't based off of facts, something that's been investigated. This is based off of what you heard, what somebody said. It's unconstrained. It has no discipline to it. Keep going.
Or report about the other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true.
It's a typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. This is gossip, man. Like, this is what goes on in our communities. This is what goes on. Big Mama's, like, listen, Big Mama up 5 o'clock in the morning, and she on the phone and she talking to Lord knows who, and she gossiping about the whole community. She gossiping about the whole neighborhood. You know everybody's business on your block because Big Mama is gossiping and running her mouth. That's just the truth, man.
And that's so heavy. It's like, so that's
Go ahead.
so heavy because, you know, I got family members, right?
Come.
And like, there's one particular family member tell everybody business, right?
Right.
And when you out in the world, you feel me? I would judge that person on what somebody told me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's really not even the case. You know what I'm saying? And
That's exactly the point. Because what happens is, like the definition said, involving details that are not confirmed as being true. So if a person that's gossiping about somebody else or about a situation that they don't have no evidence about it, they don't have no clue what's going on, they just heard something and they just spreading what they heard. You don't realize that you're actually forming the opinion of somebody else. The person listening to you is going to form an opinion of that person or that situation, and it's biased. It's not based off of fact. It's not based off of truth. You know how they say it's always three truths: your truth, my truth, and the actual truth. You feel me? That's not even valid. Like, the truth is the truth. So if you don't know the details of a situation, if you don't know the details of a person, it's best to keep your mouth off of it. And by keeping your mouth out of situations that you should not be in, we don't realize that actually may keep us alive, man. That's going to keep us out of a lot of wars, a lot of beef that we ain't got nothing to do with. Sometimes when we run our mouth, we put ourselves in a situation that we should not be in and that we really not ready for. You know, and this is why gossip is so detrimental to our community, because most of the issues in our community comes from gossiping. Brothers get unalived daily because of a rumor or because of gossip. Yeah, go ahead. That's exactly what it is. You know, instigating. Man, did you hear what such and such said? Man, Shorty was about that. He said this, that, and the third. He said whoop-de-whoop. And next thing you know, oh yeah, he said, if you ain't got no wisdom, oh, that's what he said? So now you say something slick. You don't know if that brother said that or not. So now you run your mouth and say something about him. He ain't said nothing about you. Now word get back to him. And the thing is, what they're going to do is they're going to put the camera in your face with you responding. So now you running your mouth about a brother who you thought said something about you, and he ain't said nothing about you. Now you just started a war over nothing. If I could, let me get the definition to rumor.
Rumor. Currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth.
It's a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. Like, that's what a rumor is. Like what you just said as far as the instigating, boy, you heard, hey, did you hear how they say, you got the tea? I can't stand that. You feel me? You got that tea? Like, that's how it always start. It's so bad in our community. Like, they actually call it tea. Like, they call it like something that's supposed to, like, tea is supposed to revitalize you almost, you feel me? Like, tea is supposed to relax you, like something that you sip on to feel good. They call it tea because they sitting around, they sipping while they talking and gossiping and spreading rumors. Like, how wicked is that, man? And what people don't realize, especially in our community, is those rumors and all that gossiping and things that you're saying out your mouth, it may seem harmless to you, but to whoever is directed towards, that could be harmful. That could cost the person their life, man. You know how many brothers been unalived because, you know, dealing with a sister, somebody hear word about something and you know, details get misconstrued, somebody getting their feelings about something and then things happen. Like, it happens every single day. Go ahead, you had something? If I could, let's get into some scriptures. Let me get Proverbs 19:5, Bubba Kashaf.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 5.
Go ahead.
A false witness.
A what?
A false witness.
A false witness. Go ahead.
Shall not be unpunished.
Shall not be unpunished. What is a false witness? Yeah, pretty much what it is. A false witness is a liar. Boy, I seen the whole thing. Man, you ain't seen nothing. You understand? Like the Bible just said that a false witness shall not be unpunished. Keep going.
And he that speaketh lies shall not escape.
And he that speaketh lies shall not escape. And what we don't realize is it comes full circle. When you got brothers, you dealing in wisdom, that liar gets exposed. You know, because we got a situation. When I was about, I heard that Gana was speaking on your name or something like that, and it wasn't in the best context, you know. Instead of me getting in my feelings, instead of me engaging in dialogue with that, I go to my brother. Hey Gana, hey, anything all right between us, man? I heard that such and such was being said, you know. Man, I ain't say that. That ain't my words. So now I'm gonna go back to the person that's spreading that. You understand? And a lot of times that, you know, you can be punished for that. Like in the court of law, that's called perjury. You know, you get big time for that. In the streets, you might lose your life. You know, you might lose your life for being a liar and trying to spark something that shouldn't be sparked. You know, it just said that a false witness, a liar, shall not be unpunished, and he that speak of lies shall not escape. Now, you got to be careful what you're talking about out here. Watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Like, your mouth can get you unalive and get you hurt. If I could, let me get 2 Timothy 2:16. Now, people don't realize that the Lord speaks about this in his Bible, man. The Lord is not one for people going around and spreading rumors and gossiping and stuff like that. And now, the way gossip and rumors happen, and people don't view it like this, but being on social media and putting up them posts, man, that is gossiping. That is spreading rumors. Like, you got to be careful what you posted. Like, you can repost something, and even though it didn't come from you, because you reposted it, that's saying that I agree with the contents of this message. So even though you didn't say it, because you reposted, it's just the same as you saying it. Just the same as you agreeing with it. So if you're going to post something, you got to do your due diligence. You got to realize, like, okay, this person's saying this. Is this true? Has this been fact checked? Or is it just a gossip? Or is it just gossip? Is it just a rumor? Like, and people don't look at what they posted on social media as being gossiping and being rumors. But that's exactly what it is. You got that? Go ahead. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16.
Go ahead.
But shun profane and vain babblings.
It say, but shun profane and vain babblings. If I could, let me get the definitions to the word shun.
Shun, persistently avoid, ignore, and reject.
So here it is. The Lord said to persistently avoid. He said persistently avoid. Meaning, like, you ever hear somebody try to come at you with some crazy nonsense? Man, I ain't trying to hear that. They'll start talking about something else for a few minutes, but then they go right back to that. You got to be just as persistent telling them, man, I ain't trying to hear that, as it is that them trying to put that on you. You got to persistently avoid, ignore, or reject it. Like, you got to look at it and say, if a person is bringing gossip to me, if they're bringing rumors to me, would they bring it to somebody else? And if they're not willing to take it to anybody else, why are they bringing it to me? It's actually offensive. It's actually offensive for somebody to come to you gossiping about other people, especially a brother or a sister in school. You understand? Go ahead.
Like a lot, you're right. Like, it's offensive because they playing games with you because they want to see what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
you lie to me, like, you want me to go do something for real, for real.
It's like, what weakness you saw in me that make you feel like you can bring this to me, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's how we got to feel. We got to take offense to that, man. Like, somebody come and say, hey, man, listen, good night this and good night that, good night this. And, hey, first of all, why are you bringing that to me? I mean, like, why is you coming at me with that? Like, it's disrespectful for somebody to bring rumors to you. Like, and we don't look at it like that. We look at it like, they're comfortable talking to me. And they always gas you, right? Hey, listen, you understand me. I can talk to you, man. Like, you easy to talk to. Don't be easy to talk to. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't be that person that's so easy to talk to that a person can talk to you about anything. Like the scripture just say, but shun profane and vain babblings. Like it say, persistently avoid, ignore, or reject. Profane? What is profane? Profane is anything that's against the Lord. Vain is emptiness. This is empty talk right here, man. First of all, it's against the Lord, and it's empty. The Lord say avoid them type of conversations, man. Keep going.
For they will increase unto more ungodliness.
It say, for they will increase to more ungodliness. And that's exactly what happens, man. When you start listening to rumors and you start listening to gossip, you start forming opinions about people and situations that's not true. If you got a question about something, you can actually go to a person. If something ain't right, you got a question, go to the brother, go to the sister. Ask a question. That's how you get your information. That's how you confirm or fact check things, by going straight to the source. But when I'm sitting back and I'm saying, hey, such and such is this and such is that, a person ain't got no wisdom, they going to take on what I said and they going to put that on that person. Hey, man, listen, you don't want to, he ain't trustworthy. I wouldn't trust him with this. I wouldn't trust him with that. And you think just because you're easy to talk to, that it's not affecting you. The scripture just said that it will increase unto more ungodliness. Because now you're going to have a spirit against that brother. You're going to have a spirit against that sister. You're going to have a spirit against the school. You understand? Like, that's what the Lord is telling us, man. We got to stay away from that nonsense, man. Like, get offended when somebody bring gossip to you. Yo, you offended at a brother or sister? Okay. Go talk to them. Like, I ain't solving that problem for you. Like, and since I ain't solving the problem for you, keep me out of it. You know what I mean? Miss me with all of that. Like, that's the attitude we supposed to have. That's how you kill the snake of the head of the snake. That's how gossip and rumors don't spread. When you stand up. When you stand up and say, listen, yeah, we ain't talking about that. Don't bring that to me, or we can't speak on nothing. Good. Right.
A lot of people do that, to get people on their side. Right? Like, yeah, I'm right, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Spread the rumor, right? But we don't do that.
Right.
So you go speak to that man. So if you got right, you gonna go talk to that man about that, right? It ain't means no team.
Right.
You don't get on no side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the world, that's what people be trying to do.
Yeah, and you listen, like you said, you can't be no coward, man. You can't be no sucker. You see what I'm saying? If you got a problem with a brother, go speak to that brother, man. Like, he's supposed to be your brother. Why would you want to have an issue with him? Like, that's the spirit of brotherhood right there. Like, why would you want to have an issue with your brother? Like, it should almost, like, if you got an issue with your brother or fault with your brother, man, it should be to the point where as though you, like, man, I can't even function until I talk to you. Until I pull him up and we sit down and we clear this up, man, like, something ain't right with me. If you the kind of person that can have a gripe with a person, man, and still walk around and still do your thing and, act like nothing, nah, that's not where it's at. That's where you start increasing into more ungodliness, like the scriptures just said. So we got to be very careful about not only what we say, we got to be careful what we listen to. The things that we allow people to say to us, we got to really guard that, man. Like, if you think I'm a rude person because I don't want to hear your BS, well, think I'm a rude person. I don't mind it. I've been called worse. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can be that. But don't run your mouth about my brother. Don't run your mouth about my sister. You see what I'm saying? You got an issue with them, go to them. That's how you handle situations. If I could, let me get James 1 and 26. Like, people got to understand, like we always say, this is not a boys' club here in the UPK, man. This is not a boys' club. This is not a drinking club. This is none of those things above. We come here to serve the Lord. The Lord do not want us just talking frivolously and speaking very, like how the scripture said, how the definition of gospel said, speaking so casual or unconstrained about one another. Like, that's not what the Lord wants from us. And as a people, we got to have a better, we got to do a better job of actually preferring one another. Because when you prefer your brother, you prefer your sister, any fault between y'all, any ought between y'all, like I said, you want to clear that up as soon as possible. You want to clean it up as soon as possible because it's like, listen, when you're in the world, you can hold a grudge forever. And you know, the longer you don't deal with it, the more likely it is that when you see a person, it may be on sight. They say the wrong thing, they look the wrong way. Listen, we can get into it. We always at the tip of it. You know what I mean? Salakia, pause. Hey, yeah, no diddy. Yeah, it's like, when you're in the world, like, that's how it is. Man, we gotta leave that in the world. The Lord called us to be separate from that. And that's why we gotta go to our brother, go to our sister, and the sooner you do it, the better, because you don't give Satan room to enter that relationship. You understand? You got that?
James chapter 1, verse 26.
Go ahead.
If any man among you, you seem to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain.
Read that again.
If any man among you seem to be religious.
It said, if any man among you seem to be religious. In this context, what does the word religious mean? In the truth, better word, what you want to say, like, and say it again. Conscious. Like, if any man among you seem to be religious or seem to be conscious. Keep going.
And bridleth not his tongue,
Uh-huh.
but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain.
Meaning, any man that's conscious, man, you don't bridle your tongue, meaning you running your mouth, you undisciplined, you talking crazy, you talking reckless. You see what I'm saying? That means that what you so-called believe in, the consciousness of what you're doing is empty. It means absolutely nothing. That's what that means. Like, here it is, you supposed to be fixing other people, but you can't stop running your mouth. You understand? Like, you speaking on things you have no clue of. You running your mouth just like a woman. You, like, what was it? Real Housewives or something like that. You running your mouth like one of them. And yet it is, like, you conscious of this, and yet you still do it. Everything that you say that you're a part of, that you believe in and all that, it's in vain, man. It amounts to nothing if you can't discipline your tongue, man. You can't learn to shut your mouth. You can't learn to be a brother. And for you females, if you can't learn to be a sister, like, we talk about brotherhood, but don't get it twisted. Brotherhood is sisterhood. It's the same thing. Like, when we say brotherhood, we talking to you sisters. Like, sisters always use the excuse, well, you know, we emotional. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Though you are emotional, you still have to fight them demons of running your mouth. You still got to fight them demons of just talking and running your mouth about another sister. Talking and running your mouth about, you know, what this person did to you, what that person did to you. Like, everybody that you come in contact with, something's wrong with them. You got 30 issues with 30 different people. Guess what? They not the issue, you are. That's the truth of the matter. You are the problem, not them. And this is what we got to understand. Like, when you know what the Lord expects of you, in order for these words to be true, it's not good enough for you to just know them. You got to actually teach. You got to actually practice them, man. You got to put them to use. Like, gossiping and running your mouth is such a, I don't want to curse and whatnot, but it's such a female Doug trait. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so weak, especially for a man to do. It's so weak for a woman to do, because you take away everything that you claim to be a part of, everything that you claim that, you know, most women want to be deep. Most brothers want to sound deep. But here it is, you running your mouth about things you ain't got, that you don't know nothing about. Like, they running their mouth about, you got these fake Israelite groups. They run their mouth about the sister. Hey, I seen that here. Dude, what did the ISUBK do at Passover? Hey, listen, you wasn't even here. You didn't even, like, you wasn't in the building to see what our Passover was. But yet you online and you running your mouth about something you have no knowledge of, man. You gotta learn to watch your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shutting your mouth would be the better thing. Don't even watch it, just shut it. Because you don't know what you're talking about. This is what the Lord is saying, man. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's okay to not know something. It's okay. Just sit back and just shut your mouth. I know it's hard. The demons be saying, I got my own opinion. You see what I'm saying? Like, who are they to tell me I can't speak? I know them demons be on us. But guess what? You got to fight them demons, and it's best to just shut your mouth. Go, you got something?
That's powerful, right? You just said, I got something to say. You know how many people I'm running to be like, you're not going to shut my mouth? Like, I got to say it. Say it.
Right.
It's made up.
Right.
Making stuff up. And then, on the other end, that's why the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, is where they are. It's terrible for our people, because we all know all they do is up in that church, you guys.
Right.
They can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I got family members who go to church grew up in the church, right? Like many people have. Right, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. When I mean the most person in my whole life I've ever met that gossip the most, that person that's in that front pew all the time.
Right. That's what we learning. Like, that's where the black community learned gossip from, the Christian church. You know, them ushers walking through, all mean and, just mean as hell. They running their mouth about everybody. First lady, she running her mouth about everybody. She in everybody's business but her own. You see what I'm saying? Pastor and deacon, they counseling people. The whole church know what's going on with that person. That's where the gossip in the rumors come from. You understand? Like, Christianity got to be swallowed. It got to be crushed, man. And, like, people always say, there's the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words won't ever hurt me. That is a lie. That is a lie. It's better for you to have a broken bone than to have certain words put on you that's not true. You understand? Those words can actually kill you. Them bones can heal. It's very important that we understand this lesson, man, because a lot of us, not only do we run our mouth too much, man, we talk too much. I mean, a lot of us, we listen to too much BS. We take in too much BS that we become a trash can out here. I mean, we can't fix nothing. I can't fix your problems. You see what I'm saying? You got to fix that with the person you got the problem with. Don't come to me with that nonsense. And guess what? If we actually stood up to people like that, that rumor wouldn't spread. Like, it should be egregious to spread a rumor amongst each other. It should be something like, listen, it should be something that's shunned in our community. Running your mouth and starting stuff about issues and private situations that you ain't got no business being in. If I could, drop down, let me get Psalms 34 and 13, Bubba Kasha. used to like, let me get this napkin real quick while you getting that. Yeah, be in Psalms chapter 34 and 13. You got it? Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 34, verse 13. Keep thy tongue,
Keep thy what?
tongue
Go ahead.
from evil, and thy lips from speaking God.
Lord just said, keep thy tongue from speaking evil. Like, speaking evil is speaking on stuff that you ain't got no business speaking on. Like, why are you even commenting on a situation that you have no business being a part of? Like, I don't care who offended who. Understand? The only question that you should have is, what's the one question you should have for a person who feels offended and they try to come to you talking about somebody else? Did you go to that person? If they ain't went to that person, you ain't got nothing to say to me. Conversation is over with. You understand? Like, if you carry it like that, if we carry it like that as a whole, do you know how much of that rumorville and that gossiping we would stop, that we would shut out? You know how many brothers would still be alive right now if we could just cut that out? You know how many sisters wouldn't be maimed right now if we could just cut that out? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they say, keep thy tongue from evil and keep thy lips from speaking guile. What is guile? Let's get the definition for guile.
Guile, cunning or sly intelligence.
It's a cunning or sly intelligence, a.k.a. sneak dissing. That's what it is. All that sneak dissing and stuff like that, we got to stop that, man. That's what it is, speaking guile. You know, I remember Captain Spire would say, like, and this is really online, like, it's so crazy. You ever see somebody post and they say, I don't know who need to hear this. You see what I'm saying? You know who you're talking to. Speak directly to that person. You ain't got to go on social media. I don't know who this talking to, but I got to deliver this message. You know who you want to deliver it to. That's guile right there. That way, when a person confronts you, hey, was you talking about me? Did I say your name? Did I put you? Did I say your name in particular? If the shoe fits, wear it. You know, you try to get all slick. That's the sly and cunning intelligence. The Lord don't like that, man. Be straight up. You got a problem with somebody, go to him. You know, and this is what you see on social media. Like, people don't realize, man, social media is, you know, I understand it has its benefits. You know, you can do a lot of things on social media. But social media is getting people unalived. People running their mouth, people sneak dissing, people talking reckless on social media as if they're not going to have to, like, stand on those words in real life. Like, you're going to have to stand on those things. Don't think because you just said it online that you can get a pass because you ain't say it out your mouth. If you say it online, that's the same as you saying it out your mouth. And a person will see you on that. Go ahead.
And that's so true and so powerful because there's so many videos I've seen, shows or whatever, right, where they be like, so-and-so said this online.
Right.
Boom. You know, kind of situation happens. And it's also powerful because sometimes they be like, I heard this online.
Right.
And then they meet up with the person and the situation gets handled or situation go, you know, something happened, right? And then the person, when they finally get a chance to really speak, I never said that.
Right. That's how it works. Like, that's why, like, you gotta have discipline even on social media. The same way you speak this, if you, here's the thing, if you speak discipline in real life, don't get online and be undisciplined. Don't get online and just start posting anything. reposting everything, sharing every video. Like, here's the thing, like, it wasn't nothing the brother did wrong, but if you look at it from the viewpoint of the oppressor, they shunned Kyrie Irving from just sharing a video. He didn't say nothing about it. He just shared it. He lost contracts over it. He lost money. He got suspended. He lost millions of dollars over something he reposted. And here it is, like, people think that you can say anything you want online and post anything you want online. Like, I ain't saying nothing was wrong with what he did, but you got some people that's reposting some crazy stuff out there, and they sneak this with it. They ain't even addressing you directly. They addressing you indirectly. The Lord don't like that, man. You will get seen. Like, you see it online all the time. Like, bet that's how you feel. It's on site then. You don't never know when you're gonna meet up with a person. You don't never know when you're gonna see a person. That's why it's so important to watch your mouth, man. Watch your what you typing on them keyboards. Watch what you reposting. Like, we really gotta be conscious of this, man. And I don't really feel like we are. Like, these sound like simple concepts, but they're not, because it keep happening over and over and over. Like, if you look at children right now, if you look at the children, like, and I know you work in the like the schools and stuff, and you deal with children. They come to school and they fighting. If the bell rang at 8:30, they fighting 8:32. They fist fighting. Like, what in the hell happened in 2 minutes that you fist fighting? Well, they posted online, they did this, and they said this last night, and you got to go to the social media, and you pulling up a whole transcript of what they been going to war with online. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that's leading to our community being destroyed, man. It's leading to our men and our women being unalive, being, like, sisters get maimed. You see what I'm saying? You know, sisters throw bleach, use razor blades, they do all types of stuff like that, man. Sister will maim you quickly. You know, and it's like, it happens, and it's happening it's not only is it happening with the adults, it's happening with the children, man. Because the adults don't know, the adults are doing it, so you know they're not teaching the children not to do it. You understand? Like, we got to really be careful, man. We got to keep our tongue from evil, like the scriptures say, and keep our lips from speaking guile, man. Guile is that cunning and sly intelligence. You know, you come in the room, you know you clearly got an issue with a brother, so you start speaking loud. You know, then when the brother address you directly, hey, who you talking to? Did I say your name? Man, that's that slick stuff right there, man. Like, you got to cut that out. Don't be no coward, man, and try to speak it into, was I talking to you? Like, yeah, like that's the slickness of it. That's the cunningness of it. Instead of you just coming straight forward because you and your feelings about something and addressing it with a brother, you got to put it out there like, did I say your name? You see what I'm saying? Like, you try to flip a situation. Like, the Lord ain't with none of that, man. Right, and that's what happens, man. That's what happens, and we see it all the time. It happens so much that it becomes like normal, to the point where they'll be talking about, again, tea. Hey, do you got the tea? Let me hear the tea. I hate the word tea now. You feel me? Yeah, you got dudes saying it. You got dudes saying they want the tea out. Like, good night. You feel me? Hey, no, if I could, let me get James 3 and 5, Bubba Kasha.
James chapter 3, verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled.
Read that from the top, Bubba Kasha.
James chapter 3, verse 5. Even so, the tongue a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Listen, that tongue is small, man. That tongue is small. But it boasts of great things. Like that small tongue that you use, man, and the words that come out your mouth, like wars get started over what you say out your mouth. You say something wrong to a certain person and of a certain stature, you might be unalive on sight. Like marriages get broke up because of the power of that tongue. Keep going real quick, Bubba Kasha.
Verse 26, verse 6.
Hold on, Slack. It say, behold how great a matter a little fire kindleth. That's all it takes is that little fire. That little fire, if it's not put out right away, that little fire grows and it spreads. Like you ever play that game in school? What they call it? The telephone. The game telephone. And you're like, maybe if you got like 3 kids, you may come back and get the right answer. Maybe not. But if you got a classroom, you got about 10, 15 kids. By kid 6, it's a whole new message. By the time it gets to you, like you ever see, like you'll say like, you may say, 12 tribes of Israel. That's all you said. By the time we get to child 6, they be talking. And you're like, that did not take that long for you to say 12 tribes of Israel. So you already know where the confusion came from. And by the time it get to you, it's something completely different. Like that's exactly what that little member does. That's exactly what happens with gossip and with rumor. Like it spreads like a wildfire. You understand? Go ahead.
Well, the thing that was so powerful. Because when you play that game, right? 12 times Israel said this person. That person know I'm about to say something different.
Right.
That's how, and that's the spirit of the gospel person. You feel me?
Right.
That's deep.
Yep. And that's what we're gonna realize. That gossiper or that person wanting to spread a rumor, a lot of times they doing that on purpose. They doing that on purpose, man. Because truthfully, you should be able to spread you should be able to say something to somebody, and it should come back to you the same way you put it out there. But it's always that person that's gonna change your words and make something seem like it ain't. Like, and this is what we got to be careful of, man, because even though it don't affect, you may not think it affects you directly, it comes full circle. The Lord say a talebearer will not go unpunished. You're going to be a liar. You know, you want to gossip and do all those things, man. Like, it will come back on you. Keep going.
Verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body.
It say that tongue defileth the whole body. Like, we don't realize, like, that, like, what you saying out your mouth can defile your entire body. Like, I don't think we understand how heavy that is, like, and how much the Lord expects us to watch our words and watch what we say, man, because you can say some things and get yourself cut off. Like, you can say some things, not only get yourself cut off or get yourself unalive, you can get your family and people that you care about unalived and cut off. Like, we don't realize how the power of that tongue, like, how people say you can speak life into a person, or you can speak death into them. That's real. Go ahead and spread that rumor. Go ahead and start gossiping about a person. You don't know. You may be putting that person in crossfire to potentially be unalive. You don't know that. 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what you're doing. Or you could just learn to shut your mouth. And that person, and anybody else, they can live, man. Like, we got to fight that demon. We got to fight that demon to have our, I have an opinion and I feel like I should express it. We got to fight that demon. Every opinion do not have to be expressed. Sometimes you can hold that one. You see what I'm saying? Like, hold on to that one. Shut your mouth, and then let the facts of a situation come out. You be like, man, I'm glad I held my peace. Because you sometimes, like, I've been in situations. I've been in situations where it's like, okay, listen, I don't know what's going on. I ain't speaking on nothing. And then when it comes out, you realize your first impression of what you heard was completely off. The situation ain't have nothing to do with the way it was presented to you. And you actually say, listen, I'm glad I didn't say nothing. Like, it's a art in disciplining your tongue. It's an art in not only disciplining your tongue, disciplining them ears and not hearing that garbage. Any more on that?
The whole body. And set up on fire the course of nature.
And set up on fire the course of nature. It say set up on fire the course of nature. Like that little fire that you start with your tongue, it can put so many other things into play. It can put so many things into play. Like that's all it takes. That's all it takes. If you in the woods and you strike a match, it takes one matchstick to create a forest fire. That's all it takes. And it spreads. It spreads wildly. It spreads quick. That's how it works. Like we got to realize, like spreading rumors and speaking, you know, all that sneak dissing and talking slick about one another. Like, listen, that's not the culture we come from. That's not the culture we come from, man. That's the oppressor's culture, and we got to realize that, man. We have a more dignified culture, man, where we don't speak on each other a certain way. If we ain't speaking the proper way about each other, man, it's best for us not to say nothing. And if you got an issue with a brother or sister, it's best for you to just go to them. Don't bring nobody into your drama. Don't bring nobody into your garbage, man. You understand? If like you dealing with a situation, deal with your situation. Don't nobody else need to know about that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's just being disciplined. Anything other than that is being undisciplined. So you had something?
I was gonna say, definitely the oppressors, like that's how they live.
Right.
And like back in the Roman times and their civilizations, right? They had people whose job was to go around and spread rumors,
Right.
to create chaos. They were like masters of whisper. Like
That's
they just create chaos.
That's what they do. That's what they have to do. You know, because if you can create chaos, you can form division. You know, you take a chaotic situation and you divide people, especially if you divide us. That's how you can conquer us, and that's how we stay in the conditions we stay in, because of basic things like not talking about each other, basic things of not going and having a conversation with each other when we don't see eye to eye. You know, instead we go to the other extreme and we start unaliving each other. We start doing all manners of wickedness to each other on some get back. Like that's not what the Lord wants for us, man. Was that it for that? Drop that. Let me get Matthew 12 and 37, Bubba Kasha.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Listen, they say, by thy words thou shalt be justified, or by thy words thou shalt be condemned. You understand? Like, you gotta realize, like, yeah, it goes into that, you know, you can speak the truth and be justified by it. Or you can speak gossip, you can speak a rumor and be condemned for it. Like, speaking the truth, there's nothing wrong with that. Speaking the truth means that you done did the necessary work to find out, is this situation accurate? The things I'm saying out of my mouth, has it been proven? And you can speak on those things. But if you haven't done those things and it's not been proven, man, you ain't doing nothing but gossiping and spread rumors, man. And that's how we get condemned. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, what is it? It's a form of gospel, right? When old men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about a situation, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We loud enough for the other brother to hear. That's like a form of gossip, because he might not know the situation, but he can put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? And while we meeting, so I'll be like, yo, one of the officers did this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm loud enough.
here's the thing. Whenever you speak on another officer and you telling me about it, or you telling somebody else about it, yeah. Yeah, like, you ain't got to speak on another officer at all. If you got an issue with another officer, you go to that officer. Like, if a brother, like that, not just an officer, anybody. If you got an issue with a person, you go to him. It means nothing. Like, that's why we have protocols here in the UPK. If you go to your brother, to him and him alone, and, he hears you, the scripture say you gain the brother. It says if he rejects you, what's the next step? Yeah, like if that you gotta go to counsel. And here's the thing, like, people look at counsel like punishment. It's not what it is. Like, because we coming out the world, anything dealing with people who have authority over top of us, it seems like the end of the world for us, because people above us have always abused their power with us. The purpose of counsel is for brothers, before Satan get involved and them brothers really have an issue, let's squash this right now. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's see who was right, let's see who was wrong, and let's end it right here. That's the whole point of counsel, so you can regain your brother. You can regain that sister. That's the whole point of counsel. Like, if it's not, if you say anything, hey, did you hear what happened with such and such? You gossiping. They ain't like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. If somebody bring it to you, hey man, did you hear? Hey, listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, you gotta put, if that's the spirit that people have, you have to check it right away, because obviously they're seeing something in you. They seeing a weakness in you, and what they're doing is they're preying on you. Like, you don't even know that you're becoming a victim to somebody else right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the truth of the matter. Like, you're becoming someone else's victim. You're becoming the victim of a coward. You see what I'm saying? Like, as disgusting as that may sound, that's exactly what you're becoming. Because if you can't go, if you can't go and talk to everybody about this situation, why the hell is you coming to me about it? Oh, so you respect them so much that you wouldn't even bring this to their doorstep. So you showing me that you disrespect me by bringing it to my doorstep. Don't bring none of that my way. You see what I'm saying? And like, that's what we got to stand on that. We got to stand on that. And if we don't stand on that, maybe what they seen in you was right. That's what it comes down to. And unfortunately, like, that's been right in our community far too often. And if we don't teach that we're not supposed to do that, it's going to keep happening over and over and over and over again. You understand? Let me get, if I could, Ephesians 4:29. Baba Kasha. I'll make this the last one, all right?
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. It's like 29. Let no corruption, communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying.
That's what we should be doing. Like, when we speak, it should be good. It should be for the goodness and for edifying our brothers, edifying our sisters. It shouldn't be vain things that's done in vain. Like, if we communicating, like, what good is it to talk to another brother about something about another brother? Like, what good does that do? Are you really being a brother to him? Are you being a sister to him? No. Like, you being a snake. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what the serpent, that's what our oppressor does. So you got that spirit on you, if that's how you want to do it. Understand? Like, we should be speaking good things to uplift each other. We speaking about these laws, like these laws that we speak of, man, this is a good thing that we speaking on. Because we keeping each other on point. You understand? We ain't speaking on these things, and we ain't speaking on good things about the Most High and dealing and how we deal with each other, man. That means that we got the wrong spirit. That spirit of gossip is real. That spirit of spreading rumors is real, man. And what people don't realize is the more you get into that habit of gossiping, and not only gossiping, the person who listening to it, if you get into the habit of listening to it, you're just as guilty. You see what I'm saying? So it's twofold. Like, not only should you be running your mouth, you shouldn't even be hearing somebody else running theirs. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's what we got to get back to, man. We got to get back to, actually just showing love for each other again. Showing love by not running our mouth so damn much. Like, it's okay to shut up and don't say nothing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, as soon as you say something, you want to take it back anyway most of the time. Just shut up. And if this sounds rude, so what? Shut your mouth. If you feel some kind of way, so what? Just shut your mouth and see how much wisdom is. Like, shutting your mouth, it exuberates wisdom. Like, you look like the scripture tell you that just by shutting your mouth, you look wiser. You'll look wiser by saying something and just waiting for the facts to come out of a situation anyway. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't do none of that. You feel me? Just shut your mouth and just wait. Hear the details of a story and stuff like that. That's what we should be doing, man. So just going forward, man, just leaving out people with this, like, we got to realize that it's not good for us to run our mouths and gossip and spread rumors and sneak this. Like, all of those things are traits of our oppressor. And that's how they divide us, and that's how they destroy us eventually. And that's how they seek to conquer us, man. Like, we better people than that. We got to stop running our mouth so much. And if you're a person that listens to a lot of gossip and stuff like that, you got to start reevaluating yourself and what it is about you that makes a person want to come and lay that on you. Because they bring you into a situation that you're not supposed to be in. So you just got to keep that in mind, man. And going forward, just got to do better. Tell that person, go get counsel. If you're a person, you got an issue with gossiping, go get counsel for it. I can almost guarantee you'll be told, just shut your mouth. It ain't got nothing to do with you anyway. And with that, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. Again, if it's not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. Right. And that truth is that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Shalom, Israel. And at this time, we're going to be calling up Officer Gana for a reading of the security announcements.
Shalom, Israel. That was a powerful class today. Sorry, I think it's the wrong one. All right. These are the security announcements. We are the ISUBK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, chapter 8, verse 10. Means the 10th in Hebrew and pronounced Mayashara. 10% of every penny, and the increase that the Lord gives you Salakia. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming Holy Convocation. Everybody, Akim and Akwathium, to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. Now we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Amayim. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Amayim Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Batak, class dismissed. That's a good class.